Hey everyone, welcome to Killing Time, episode number 2 with me, Vash. And this week I'm going to be talking about movies and just where they're coming from nowadays. For those of you who live in a closet or a cave or a dog kennel, you probably missed the announcement of The Hobbit becoming a trilogy. And for me, it's a big thing. I love Lord of the Rings. It's a fantastic book. It's a fantastic movie. And if you don't believe I love this thing, I'm gonna kiss this. I have a shrine to this, by the way, with candles and a goat's head and the whole nine. Seems to be a very dicey thing when it comes to making these kind of movies because you're taking a medium that's already beloved in one fan base and moving it to another. And I don't envy the screenwriters and directors' task in this because you're moving a book that could be anywhere from 100 plus pages to 400, 500 pages and try to condense it into an hour 40, 2 hour nugget for the hardcore fans who were watching, oh my god, reading, and wanted to watch it on the big screen, while also bringing that casual fan who's heard of said material and get them involved too. When done right, it's beautiful. When done wrong, we've seen some atrocities along the way. Good, obviously, is the Avengers and the Dark Knight Rises. Bad would be Daredevil, would be Ghost Rider, the first Fantastic Four from the 80s, the first Captain America from way back in the day, the first Nick Fury from way back in the day, because Samuel L. Jackson is getting a new Nick Fury. Don't want to confuse the two. Video games have had even a worse history when it comes to this. Go back in the days, looking at Street Fighter 2 with Jean-Claude Van Damme, that movie had absolutely nothing to do with the source material other than the characters involved as far as their names go. Even worse, Super Mario Brothers. Can you imagine the parents who took their kids to see this movie, who never saw the game in their life and thought, my god, this is the shit my kid is freaking playing? God damn, video games suck. For a while, if you were the writer, director, screenwriter, writer, producer, whoever, and you said you were going to make a video game movie, it's pretty much a cardinal sin. That's pretty much your resignation. That's pretty much your suicide note to industry saying you were done. Mortal Kombat thankfully came out and was not only true to the source material, was able to bring in that new fan base along the way. And when I say true to the source material, I want to make sure I'm perfectly clear. I don't mean point by point accurate. It's nearly impossible to pull that off and succeed. But they were more than close enough where even the most hardcore fans, the loyal can go, you know what, I can stomach this. I can live with this. They were close enough where they were true to what I fell in love with. They put it on the big screen, and I could leave going, you know what, I dig that. I'll watch it again. If they did a sequel, I would watch that. And then they betrayed us with Mortal Kombat Annihilation, and we crawled back into our little caves and went, fucking shit, they betrayed us again. Comic books have had a similar history. Lou Ferrigno movies back in the day, Wonder Woman TV series, Superman with Dean Cain, all had their little niches to the hardcore while trying to bring in a new medium. Really didn't hit that high note, really didn't get you involved. I think Superman succeeded with Dean Cain mainly because, it's more of a drama about him and Lois than, him being Superman. Smallville was a huge success, I think mainly because they were telling everyone from the get-go, this is not Superman, this is Clark Kent. More important, this is an alternate reality pretty much. Don't base too much faith on the comic books. And it's a good thing they did that too, because holy shit, there were some things there that if you were a true comic book fan would drive you batshit crazy. But that being said, there seems to be this fine line between excellence and full-on failure. I think when they hit it, you hit it. The hardcore love it, the casual love it, and when you fail, that's probably the one time you'll see nerd and casual fan hand in hand singing Tales of Joy as they stomp on the director's head going, why did we watch that? Video games, movies, still looking to find that niche of success where comic books have had. Comic books now have the Avengers, they have thanks to the Marvel movie series that came out, they have Dark Knight as a huge success. I'm betting Bryan Singer's going to do a fantastic job with the Man of Steel when it comes out next year. So comic book movies have definitely evolved over time, because back in the day they were just god awful. From the previous examples I gave, if you ever watched those as a good example of how bad they've been, trust me folks, after you see it you're going to want to kill someone. It's just that god awful. Video games have not hit that high note yet, and I'm still hoping for that little hope that they'll do it right. When they announced Doom, I was psyched, slapped in the face because of the horrible job that it did. When Blur Rain was announced, same thing, slapped. We got to a point where Japanese anime is doing a far better job making a video game movie than Hollywood is. If you don't believe me, compare Street Fighter 2 with Jean-Claude Van Damme with Street Fighter 2, the animated version, and you'll see leaps and bounds of a difference between storytelling and just even voice acting is far better than that, than the actual thing. Perfect example is right behind me, Final Fantasy VII Advent Children. The Final Fantasy movie that came out in the States had nothing to do, zero to do with the TV series. Oh my god, TV series. The video game series in general, other than the name and Sid. If you don't know why Sid's important in Final Fantasy, Google bastards. I'm not an encyclopedia for you. Look it up. But seems to be they could do better at video game movies than Hollywood is, and which bugs me out. Hollywood has a better budget than Japanese anime, so I'm not sure why that's so hard to pull off. I'm still waiting for that moment where I can say, man, that video game movie was fucking awesome. That's the shit I want to see in the theaters. Haven't had that moment yet. But meantime, I'm going to have to live with this. I'm going to have to live with this. And pray I get that fix I need. Comic movies, you're still doing hit and miss for me. I'm loving the Avengers. I'm loving the Dark Knight. I'm okay with Scott Pilgrim. There's some definite things that are different from this than the comic. Too long to go into, but enough that I'm not going to cut your head off. But let's fix that next time around. That's my ramblings on movies. Hope you enjoyed it. Next week we'll talk about ketchup. Why is it red? Have fun.